Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We are called very frequently to these situations.
Friends and neighbors turned enemies and violent this morning. A man was shot in a landlord-tenant dispute. It happened just a few miles east of Perham, Minnesota. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight.
A brief standoff occurred before this man, 63-year-old Gerald Schulte, surrendered to law enforcement. Now, Schulte is behind bars, and the shooting victim remains in the hospital. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric was first on the scene and finds out more about the 63-year-old at the center of the incident and how often Otter Tail County authorities have to deal with this.
Officials with the Otter Tail County Sheriff's Office tell us that when they arrived on scene this morning, the victim, which was the tenant living on the property, was laying here near the road and the mailboxes with a gunshot wound.
Tenants resided in the green mobile home, and Mr. Schulte resided in the white home.
Authorities believe the tenants, who are not being named, have lived on this property for about a year. The Otter Tail County SWAT team was called to clear the property before investigators could take over, combing through the tall grass for evidence.
We do not get involved in landlord-tenant disputes where there's dispute over who stays where there's not documents filed through the court.
Lieutenant Syme with the Otter Tail County Sheriff's Office says his department gets called frequently to arguments between landlords and tenants.
And in this situation, there hasn't been documents filed through the court. It's just a civil eviction between the parties living on the property.
Gerald Schulte is no stranger to run-ins with the law. The court records out of Otter Tail County show numerous misdemeanors and felonies, including fifth-degree assault, a felony charge of making terroristic threats, and felony possession of a firearm. Do you know the firearm used in this situation, whether it was purchased legally or not?
I do not know whether the firearm was purchased legally.
And that's the next step in this situation for the Sheriff's Office, continuing to gather information, continuing to build the case against Gerald Schulte, and then seeking prosecution. In Perham, Minnesota, Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Again, Schulte was booked into the Otter Tail County Jail. The Sheriff's Office says he is facing attempted murder charges.
Today, we got to look at what over $100,000 worth of marijuana looks like. Take a look for yourself. It's 88 pounds of weed that police say they found after a routine traffic stop in Glendon, Minnesota. Investigators say the drugs have a street value of $105,000, the biggest marijuana bust ever for the city. Now, police arrested 29-year-old Brandon Engett after pulling him over with expired tabs. They smelled marijuana in the car, found the bags in a safe in the back of the van.
Literally, I said the safe was on its side. And when the door of the safe fell open, bags started falling out. This is not ditch weed. This is really good Noog as far as marijuana is concerned.
Engett is facing several drug-related charges, being a felon in possession of a firearm and having the expired tabs.
Well, to our weather now, another muggy day out there, and some parts of the valley can expect storms. Right now, we've got clouds. Let's talk to meteorologist Robert Hahn to see what we can expect. Robert?
Yeah, we've seen a few showers make their way through the Fargo-Moorhead area off towards the north and the northwest. We've seen some showers and some thunderstorms, and those will continue over the next few hours. A range of temperatures right now, all the way from a rain-cooled 66 in Langdon to 80 degrees in Grand Forks, 85 down in Sisseton, 78 here in the Fargo-Moorhead area with another passing shower rolling on through. There are the showers and the storms, and most numerous up off towards the north, and that stronger storm just north of the Griggle area, moving off towards the Roseau and War Road areas off towards the south. Some showers and some storms. The strongest in the Southern Valley over near the Park Rapids area. We'll continue to monitor these storms as we head through the rest of the evening. Here in Fargo, a chance for an isolated shower, maybe a rumble or two of thunder as we head through the evening, and some muggy conditions and temperatures holding steady and then slowly dropping on off into the upper 70s. After that chance of storms today, more storms possible as we head through your holiday weekend. We'll detail that holiday weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Hopefully not too many storms, but just a few here and there, I guess.
Hopefully we can keep the low number down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Robert. And a reminder, you can stay up to date on all the weather-related announcements anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just download the Storm Team Weather app to get the latest. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store. And the best part is, it's free.
A Taco John's employee is recovering after being shot during an armed robbery in South Fargo around midnight last night. Investigators say two men came through the back door and demanded money. You can see where the bullet went into the muscle of the employee's leg. We talked to him this morning. He says they were confused at first and they thought the robbers had a cap gun. until they heard shots, 2 of them. The other employee gave the robbers money and they took off. Police are looking for 2 black men around 5 feet 10 inches tall. Both weigh about 150 pounds with short dark hair, both wearing face masks.
One person was rescued after their boat capsized in Big Pine Lake in Otter Tail County. The Otter Tail County Sheriff's Office responded to the call around 12:30 today. A person staying at Big Pine Lodge in Perham took out one of the boats this afternoon when it capsized. But by the time officers arrived, residents staying at the lodge were able to rescue them, and nobody was injured.
2 women were hurt after rolling their pickup in northwestern Minnesota. It happened this morning. In fact, it happened on Highway 75, about 12 miles south of Crookston, just after 11. Both were taken to the hospital by ambulance. Their names have not been released yet. Investigators say they drove in the ditch, hit an approach, and then their truck rolled.
A new court ruling could open the door to more court cases regarding alleged sexual abuse by a Catholic priest in our region.
A judge has ruled the Crookston Diocese must release all records prior to 1985 regarding possible cases of sexual abuse. Now, those records had been sealed. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson has more on the case against Father J. Vincent Fitzgerald, who died in 2009.
During his career as a priest from 1951 to 1992, Father J. Vincent Fitzgerald served at numerous parishes across Minnesota and across the country, including reservations at Cass Lake and Nadawash and Elbow Lake near Mahnomen.
Father Fitzgerald is known to have abused many youth in many jurisdictions, from some of the sovereign nations and from the Diocese of New Ulm to the Diocese of Duluth to the Diocese of Crookston.
Anderson represents a man who claims he was sexually abused by Father Fitzgerald. He says the ruling by Mahnomen County District Judge Kurt Marbin for the Crookston Diocese to open all records prior to 1985 regarding possible cases of sexual abuse could open the door to more cases.
So he was what we call a serial offender. He is deceased, but we have reason to believe that a lot of officials that knew that he posed some kind of risk of harm, and he was given safe harbor for many years.
Anderson says at one point in Father Fitzgerald's career, he had a mobile parish, a motorhome he used to travel the area to gain the trust of parents and their children. All of this could lead to more civil damage claims against the Catholic Church. In Crookston, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Officials at the Crookston Diocese have declined to comment on this case. The Minnesota law allows all people claiming sexual abuse by clergy to file claims by May of next year.
Healthcare has not always been accessible for those living with HIV, and as federal changes are being made, one man says treatment for everyone will help get rid of the stigma surrounding the virus. He was 18 years old, about to graduate high school, when he had unprotected sex. He has been asked to be called and identified as Brian. Brian found out just 6 months later he was HIV positive. He got the virus from someone who did not know they had it. Nearly 10 years later, with a strict medication regimen, Brian's virus is now undetectable.
Brian says it was his access to great health care that likely saved his life. But not everybody is so lucky. That medicine is expensive, and that makes it available to only a certain group of people.
Now, the White House will now make this medicine available to everyone through the Affordable Care Act. Through the Preventative Services Clause in this act, HIV testing is now completely covered. A prevention pill known as PrEP will also be covered under the Affordable Care Act.
The Minnesota State Patrol is honoring a man who helped save a life on Monday. It happened after a crash near Windham, Minnesota. The Good Samaritan, Paul Langseth, ran up to a burning semi-truck and helped a trooper pull the driver to safety. Langseth downplayed his role, saying there's many people who would do the same thing that he did. Earlier this week, the State Patrol posted to Facebook looking for the Good Samaritan so they could thank him. It was viewed by more than 750,000 times.
It was a bittersweet day here at Valley News Live. Mick Kerr did his last television forecast during our noon show. He's given thousands, probably tens of thousands forecast over the years. We were there to wish him good luck and goodbye. He worked at Valley News Live for 27 years. Over that time, he's acquired 28 suits, 83 dress shirts, 187 ties, and As you can see now, he's finally smashing that clock, the alarm clock. His hard work and dedications grabbed the attention of viewers throughout the years, and we've heard from an uncountable number of you wishing him well through retirement. And we want to say good luck and joy, and you got to sleep in.
Two things I'll remember about Mick Kerr as a viewer. He had a smile on his face, and no matter how nasty the weather was, he did it with a calm demeanor that allowed me to just sit back, take it in, and understand what I needed to do.
And know it was going to be okay.
That's why he was a pro. Later on Valley News Live at 6, a Moorhead mom takes action to include people with mobility issues in the Red River Valley.
Storm system making its way through the valley, still giving us some showers and some storms. More stormy weather as we head through your Saturday and Sunday. Your forecast details coming up right after this.